Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Love Messages. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So just a quick message before we get into tonight's reading. I have decided to reopen personal readings a little bit early. I was going to wait until December to do the whole holiday sale, but I've just been guided to open them up a little bit early. So for the entire month of November, well, beginning today, until the end of the year, the entire site will be on sale for the holiday sale. So if you do feel called to receive a reading from me from now until the end of the year, this is the perfect time. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the link in the description box below, as well as a link on how to join us over on Patreon for extended readings. Okay? So I have a love message from your person. I will be pulling from this deck here just to see how your person is currently feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other important messages that they may have for you at this time, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get a very clear and concise message directly from their heart space. Okay, so the first message that we have here is, God told me it was you. Wow. And there is a lot of energy coming through with this card here, okay? I'm getting hermit mode very clearly. And I'm also getting that this is a masculine who's realizing that God has never spoken to them on the behalf of anyone that they've been with romantically. But when it comes to you, it's almost as if they're receiving so many revelations at this time. This is a masculine energy who may have always received so many signs about you, Divine Feminine, but for some reason, they were not able to get through to them. So now that they're in this hermit mode, now that they are by themselves, that there are no distractions around them, a lot of things are becoming very, very clear to them. But there seems to be a spotlight on their love life. So not only are they exploring this connection with you, Divine Feminine, but it's making them look into all of their connections that they've been in, and specifically the role that they've played as the masculine energy. But the one thing that keeps sticking out to them is how your energy, out of everyone else's energy, is being illuminated, and it's being illuminated by their higher power. And it's making them question, who are you really? You know, and why is this spotlight on you out of all people? So it definitely feels like God is confirming something about you. But the way this energy is coming through, it feels like this masculine is having a full circle moment. So maybe these are things that your person has always felt, but they haven't really been able to put words to, or to really sit down and dissect or think about this on a deep level. But now that they're in this hermit mode, they're having a lot of things come to the forefront. I'm also getting distractions very clearly as well. So this could definitely be a masculine energy that is very, very involved in the 3D. So much so that they don't really pick up on a lot of the spiritual messages or signs and synchronicities that they receive from the spiritual realm when it comes to you. So the only reason why they have access to this information about you is because they are in this hermit mode. And this is one of those times where this information can only come to you when you are by yourself. So honestly, it feels like this masculine had to be isolated. And the fact that God kind of carved out this specific time and space for them to focus on your energy makes them feel like it's for a much deeper reason. And this isn't to say that they aren't receiving messages about themselves and about their own personal journey, but this card is very, very clear. It's very, very to the point. They're having conversations with God about you, and it's been confirmed that it's you. So if you're wondering how your person is viewing you at this time, they have absolute clarity. And for some reason, it does feel like this is something that they needed to know about you before moving into either the next phase of their life or before making some type of decision that either involves you, Divine Feminine, or will affect you in a major way. Because there's heavy emphasis on the hermit mode. And anytime that hermit mode energy comes through, it means that God had to get your attention. And this doesn't feel like it was self-induced. It feels like this was forced in some kind of way. So you will know if this is your person if you've always felt like they've been distracted, or there's so much things going on in their external world that their judgment about you, about love, about anything could be clouded in a sense. Okay? Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message that we have is, you are the blueprint. Wow. Okay. This is for a very, very powerful feminine energy. Okay? Because now that these awakenings are happening for your person, this masculine is in this mode, they're in this stage in their journey where they can only see you how God sees you. So if you were ever curious about your spiritual rank, or, how your energy is perceived in the spiritual realm, or how God views you, Divine Feminine, I'm getting, you are the blueprint. And this is speaking to your heart space. And what's crazy is this is a part of you that people can't see. Most people can't even see, but God can see it clearly. I'm also being brought back to the energy of that full circle moment, because this is clearly a masculine who's always subconsciously known that you were different. And this is what God is showing them about themselves when it comes to you. So you will definitely know if this is your person, if this is a masculine that treats you differently than everyone in their lives. And it's like they can't even help it or explain why they feel this way about you. They've always held you to a different standard, and it's because of your heart. So even if they've never told you this, they measure everyone else up against you because they see you in this light. This is someone that may not even know how to put this into words, but the way the energy is coming through, they see God in you. So they respond to you differently than anyone that they've ever been with. And this is not only speaking about romantic partnerships. I'm getting that they treat you differently than they treat their own friends and their family as well. And they can't help it. It's just one of those things where you have such powerful energy that it not only goes before you, but it also reveals certain things about you without you having to say it. It's like they know that you are a very, very rare type of feminine energy. There's also this divine balance to your energy that makes you behave in a way that they're not used to. And it's because you are the blueprint, Divine Feminine, okay? There's only one way to say it. And God is confirming this about you to this person, and even highlighting certain moments where this was very clear and evident to them. But the one thing that's on repeat, that's being illuminated the most, is how they have always held you to a certain standard, or they've expected things from you that they don't expect or even require from anyone else. And it's not like they're doing this intentionally. It's almost as if they never saw these other people as capable of certain things, or, certain energies as it pertains to their heart space. So this is definitely tied to the way that you specifically express love. You do this in a way that's really foreign to them. And it's so foreign that they only expect this from you, Divine Feminine, and no one else. Like, they don't even see other people as capable of giving them what you give them. And this could be pertaining to your energy, your attention, your vibe, just the way that you balance out their energy as a masculine. Okay? Let's get the next message here. So the next message that we have here is, it's not what you think. So if you're resonating with this message so far, you may have noticed a huge change of pace in your connection. But it's not for the reason that you may think. You may think that this masculine is moving slow or pulling back, but this hermit mode is actually changing them. And it's making them want to approach this next chapter of their lives in a much more strategic way. Because the way all of this information is being revealed about you, it has them thinking deeper about everything in their life, specifically their next move as it pertains to their love life. But the one thing that's really standing out to them at this time is just how different you are from them, Divine Feminine. And this is pointing back to your spiritual rank or your spiritual nature, because they're sitting back and they're realizing what it actually took for God to get their attention. This person actually had to be forced into some kind of hermit mode or to really block out all the distractions in their lives, because they were so used to paying attention to their external world instead of going within. So this is a type of masculine energy that will run into conflict in their lives, either, within their partnership or just in other areas of their lives, and immediately immerse themselves in external activities, even getting external validation or just overall distractions. So if you've ever been at a distance from your person, there's been a lag in communication, there was some type of separation from this person, this is literally how they would deal with that separation, or this is how they would attempt to clear their mind. But just because you pretend that things are not there or you try to push them away, it really doesn't make them go away. And this, amongst other things, is what they're being shown about themselves, specifically how they handle their romantic partnerships. But when it comes to you, Divine Feminine, they're being shown that you are the opposite of them in this way. Because whenever you've been at a distance from them, or when things feel off in your connection or just off in your life, seeking validation is literally the last thing on your mind. So while this person, this masculine energy, is naturally inclined to focus on their external world, you always go within. This is just like a natural response for you. And you may have your reasons for doing this, but it's always centered around protecting your heart space, your energy field, and your peace. And I'm getting that that's not been easy for you. You may have had many moments where you were tempted as well. There could be people that just seem to come into your life or just come out of the woodworks exactly at the moment when there's tension in this connection or when there's a lag in communication. And although you may be curious and you may even want to entertain other energy, you always seem to go within first to make sure that you're not acting from a place of lack or a place of codependency, or just simply looking for someone to fill a void for something temporary. So this masculine is being shown that when it comes to your heart, when it comes to protecting your heart or even guarding your heart space, you play the long game. You've had the same distractions show up in your external world, but you always respond differently. This is a trait that's being highlighted to them right now. And honestly, it's inspiring this masculine. So if they have pulled their energy back, it's really not what you think. They're in this place where they're thinking, it's almost like they're coming up with a plan, or they're trying to be more strategic, because they've been put in this place where they've been given the opportunity to go within. So now they feel like they have more information, or they kind of have this upper hand as it pertains to making a move in your direction. So the fact that they're inspired by you says a lot, Divine Feminine. It's really just confirming their gut feelings that they've always had about you. And this could be something that's been deeply embedded in their subconscious, but they've always treated you different because they've always expected this from you without even understanding why. Okay? Let's get the next message here. Wow. The next message that we have is, I can't face you right now. Yeah, they're overthinking. They're seriously overthinking this whole thing when it comes to you, Divine Feminine, because now they're realizing what a person of your caliber goes through. Okay? how you handle relationships, how you handle day to day. And because they've been sitting back and comparing and contrasting themselves to you, they're wondering how you're going to react to them. They have such this back and forth reaction to you, and it's because of who you are. This may even confuse them because no one else in their world has the ability to pull on their heartstrings in the way that you do. They won't even let anyone get close enough to do this. I also keep getting, who are you? Who are you? Okay? So your person is questioning so much about you at this time because you're literally being co-signed by God. And that's a big deal to them, okay? But what's coming through clearly, and I feel like what this card is really trying to highlight right now, is that only God can reveal the divine feminine to the divine masculine. And it's like they keep thinking about the fact that God does not speak to them about many people. So this is a big deal to them. And like I mentioned earlier, there's something about this connection with you that is tied to the next phase of their lives. And it's tied to it in a way where it's still kind of being revealed to them. So it's like they want to be strategic with everything they do now, including you, including seeing you, including speaking to you. Just everything about this connection right now feels like it's being thoroughly planned out, okay? So like I said, there's this energy of you may feel that your person is pulling back. You may feel that your person is being standoffish. Your masculine is planning, okay? So if you haven't seen them, if you haven't spoken to them, this is what they're doing behind the scenes. I feel like this is definitely giving you a peek into their world, but more importantly, a peek into their mental process, how they're thinking, how they're planning, how they're being strategic about their next move when it comes to you. So if you are at this place where you're feeling a little hesitant or even anxious when it comes to this masculine, depending on how long they've been in this hermit mode or you've been at a distance, to them, there's so much more to this than the physical, okay? It's so much more than them just giving into their urges to see you. They know that something is shifting in this connection because they can clearly see things about themselves and you that they've never seen before, okay? And now they have like this real deep desire to match your energy, divine feminine. So it's like they have this back and forth where they want to come towards you, but then they're like, I'm not ready yet. You know, I have to get these things in place. I have to get these things in order. You know, it's almost like they're sizing you up and they're trying to figure out how they should come at you or what would be the best approach at this time, okay? Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message that we have here is beyond what you can see. And I'm getting this energy of frustration coming through with this card here. I'm also getting your energy very strongly, divine feminine. So this is speaking to the fact that only God can reveal your true identity to the divine masculine. This is the only way that it can be confirmed. And this can be frustrating to you because you may ask yourself why this masculine constantly treats you differently than everybody else. Why are they so triggered by you? Why are they so affected by you? And also have such back and forth reactions to your energy. It's because of who you are. Also, it's because only God can reveal the divine feminine to the divine masculine. And how it happens will vary depending on their level of awareness. And most likely, it won't even happen in a way that they expect it to. This is a bond that forces them to go within because they cannot measure it up against anything on the outside. And they've tried, because I'm getting that every single time there was some type of conflict or a disagreement or something didn't go their ways or the energy was out of alignment, your person would turn right to the 3D. And there would be signs for them to go within, but there were so many distractions around them. So that's why this masculine was forced to go within, to allow their higher power to show them these things about you. Because even though they came into this information about you before, they still had their doubts. This is also highlighting why this masculine may have unrealistic standards when it comes to you, because they can't find anyone in their world to compare you to. And as the feminine in this dynamic, that has to be absolutely frustrating to you, because it's like you know that this person will always treat you differently than everyone else, but they can't even understand why or even begin to stop doing this. So I definitely feel like this card is explaining what your person is experiencing internally after wasting so much time looking outside of themselves. There's so many elements of this connection that are so far beyond what you can see. And it requires not only a deep understanding of the creator, but also of the inner world. And honestly, I feel like it's the divine feminine in the connection whose identity and whose placement is very, very telling, because you are the one who tells a deeper story about this journey. You're the one who has to go within. You're the one who has to do a lot of the inner work. So in this way, you become a source of inspiration for this masculine. So even when you feel like your connection is not progressing, your masculine is always looking to you, always checking your temperature in some way, whether this be physically or energetically. And they know this as well. And this is why they respond to you in this way, because of your deep connection to the spiritual realm. Because the truth is that if they were attached to a feminine who was still tied to the physical realm in an unhealthy way, it would not only completely turn them off, but it will also discourage them from doing the work that they need to do to be their best self. So it's actually the contrast in this connection, the opposing energies that you both embody that bring you closer and closer together like a magnet. And this is highlighting what that process looks like in real time. So divine feminine, you are actually the one that's pulling the strings in the background. And it's because you take all of what you feel, all of what you go through, and instead of going outside of yourself, you go within. You go to the one place that your masculine is sometimes afraid to go. Because when you're dealing with the spiritual realm will always guide you back to the truth. So the fact that your person is in this place right now means that they're ready to uncover some very, very powerful truths about your connection. And the way that this energy is coming through, I feel like this isn't anything new to them. Your person has already known all of this information that's coming to them. They were just looking in the wrong places for confirmation. They were trying to fact check your energy in the 3D, but your energy is clearly beyond that, okay? Wow. If you're resonating with this message, you are a very powerful feminine energy, okay? You have a very, very powerful spiritual rank as well. Let's get the last message here. Okay, so the last message that we have here is, my heart chose you. Wow. So not only is there higher power sending them powerful messages and revelations about you, I'm also getting their heart is speaking to them about you, divine feminine. And this is so massive because it's almost as if your person's energy is rising to the heart space. And the heart is a portal. The heart is literally the center of your being. It knows information about your masculine that they may not even understand. I'm also getting very clearly the heart wants what it wants. So there has been a major shift. I'm even getting the energy of surrender as well. I'm also getting heart activations as well. There's a lot of energy happening around your person's heart chakra, and it has your person completely open emotionally. This is someone that you haven't emotionally or intimately bonded with in a very, very long time. And you may not know the reason why, but this was directly tied to their heart space. Because your person was so involved with their immediate environment, it's almost as if there was a blockage to that energy. It was a blockage getting their energy from their lower chakras up to the heart space. But there has been a clear rise of their energy. And for the masculine, this is one of the most powerful awakenings, because the heart has all of the secrets about them. And it also knows when it's in the presence of an imposter. So your person's heart space has cracked all the way open. And it's almost as if any energy that is not you, Divine Feminine, is being rejected in a way. Their heart has made a choice. And what's so crazy about this energy is that it's almost as if your person have been receiving signs about this from the very, very beginning. So while they're in this hermit mode, while they're having all of these awakenings, it's almost like they're going through a journey and they're meeting a totally different version of themselves. And also, all of the things that they were doing that were not in alignment with their heart space, with their heart chakra, is being pointed out. Because clearly, their heart chose you. Their heart is familiar with you, okay? Which means that no matter what's happening in your person's world, their heart continues to seek you out. And they don't even know how to explain this with words. But it's something that's unfolding in their lives right now in real time. And it's happening in ways that are very, very obvious to them. There's like this spotlight on your energy. Like their higher power is trying to get them to realize what's in front of them. So I don't know what you've been through with this masculine. I don't know what led to this lag of communication, this break in communication. But I'm getting clearly it's not what you think. This is someone that clearly has always known the truth about you. They were literally trying to fact check this energy in the wrong way, by way of other people in their lives, by way of maybe their friend groups, maybe their family, really trying to measure up your energy. But they're coming to the realization that they were doing this in the wrong way. So this is someone that is slowly coming in your direction, Divine Feminine. It's almost like they're planning their approach to you because your true identity has been revealed. This is someone that is now seeing you the way that God sees you. And it's only because their energy has shifted from being in that lower state to being in the heart space, which is literally opening them up emotionally in a way like never before, okay? And I feel like they could be trying to get their emotions in order before they approach you as well. This could be a masculine that is very, very concerned with how they communicate with you or how they come across to you. But you have them completely open emotionally right now. And it's because they're realizing that the heart wants what it wants. And it's very clear that their heart wants you, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on the way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you are a member on Patreon, I will be heading over there to pull 3 more cards just to see what their next move is, because they really seem to be contemplating that at this time, okay? But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.